skydiving, ballroom dancing, dancing the salsa, walk on the Great Wall of China, see the Berlin Wall, go to Victoria Falls, see Niagara Falls, fly first class, write a book, go on a rock face climbing. These are some of the things that I have in my bucket list. Things that I want to do that I haven't got right to doing yet, or that I'm doing. But the things that I want to do before I die. I look at the last few episodes, and I think it's been a bit heavy, and we just need to relax. I need to relax a little bit and chill, like my daughter would say, and just enjoy life. So, welcome to Coffee with Temmi. How are you doing? So, like I said, I'm talking about the bucket list today. In 2007, there was a movie called The Bucket List that had Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson. It was about two old men who were dying and who had things they wanted to do before they died. And they did. So I thought about this yesterday, this bucket list story, because this time last year, 2021 July, I was recovering from COVID. This year, I did one great thing on my bucket list. I wrote a book. Yes, I wrote a book. And it's an amazing book. It's a fantastic book. Yes, self-promoter. I'm not just saying that because I wrote it, but because it is true. For those of you who are not here in South Africa, it will be on Amazon by the end of the month. But here, if you want it, you can send me. If you want to buy it, yes, and it is selling, not just for friends and family. It actually is a good book. And I'm not going to take the credit for this book because God wrote this book. It was it's totally inspired by God. It's devotional for young children, new Christians, and I'm going to say it again. It's an amazing book. So I thought if I had died last year, that would have been the end of it. I would have been putting this book I've wanted to write for years. I cannot tell you how many years I've said, I'm going to write a book. I wrote one that I didn't like, and I don't know, for all I know, maybe it would have been good, but I just put it aside. I didn't want anybody to know about it. And when I just remembered this, I remembered yesterday that I could have died last year. So many people died from COVID, but here I am today celebrating my book. I am a published author, and it will have died with me. There's something I'd read before, so I'm going to paraphrase now, that in the graveyard are many books buried. Because so many people have died, not just writers now, but so many people have died with their dreams, with the things that they had aspired to do, with their bucket list not having been accomplished, and they're dead. That's it, it's gone. Nobody ever knew about it. One thing that from the movie, and that I have realized that is, it doesn't have to be about anybody saying you did well. It's about you. It's about how you feel about yourself. It's about you having accomplished what it is that you set out to do. You want to do something because you want to do it. I know some people have gone back to school. I know a beautiful young lady, mother of 3, who's gone back to school. She's studying for her master's. You've read about grandmothers who've gone back to school. There was a 40-year-old man that I read about on LinkedIn, who actually is just graduated as a doctor. There's never too late a time for whatever it is that you want to do. It's you taking that first step, sort of a step of faith, to say, I'm going to do this, I can do this. And even if you think you can't, just try. One thing with children, and I work with children because I'm a teacher, one thing with children is they don't think they're going to fail. I don't think that crosses their mind for majority of children. They're just going to do something. And if it works, good. And if it doesn't, like, have you seen a mess in your bathroom where your child maybe thought they would use your mascara or, anything, and they do something and you're like, because, that's a mess. That wasn't the plan when I started. That wasn't the idea in my head when I started. But they do it. And we need to have that kind of faith, that kind of childlike faith to do what it is that we really want to do. A friend of mine said she walked a particular route, and I was like, was it like very, very long, like, I don't know, 20 Ks or something? I said, no, actually it's just 5 Ks. And I thought, okay, what's special about that? Because I know she's walked 5Ks before. But it was a particular stretch of route on the coastline in the UK. And it was something, she said, it's been on my bucket list to do. And now she's done it. She will take that off and pick on another thing. What else? She also wants to go on a boat cruise. Now, for me, yeah, it's on my bucket list, but my fear is when I stand on that ship and look around me, I'm going to see nothing but water. I've been on a canal cruise before, and I know I went out and stood on the, I don't know what's called, on the side of the boat, and all I could see was water, and it looked nice and it was romantic, and I'm like, actually, I can't swim. If anything happens here, what's going to happen to me? That was what I was thinking. So I went back inside and sat down, and everybody was enjoying standing there watching the moonlight. I'm like, oh Lord, just get us back to dock. But that's it. You've got to just enjoy life within reason. It wasn't do anything, it wasn't overdo anything. So what is that thing that you want to do? What is on your bucket list? Like Morgan Freeman and Jack Nicholson in the Bucket List, that movie 2007. Two old men dying. They were like really old. Even I don't think I've ever seen Morgan Freeman young. I've known him always as old. Same to me, Jack Nicholson. Anyway, really old men, and they wanted to do this, and they did. I went on my 40th birthday. I went on an indoor rock face climbing, and I was doing so well to start with, until I had maybe like 2 steps to go, and I was like, yay, I got just 2 steps more to go, and I'm going to be at the top. And then I made the mistake of looking down. I have a fear of heights. Oh, wow. When I looked down, I'm like, okay, that's it. I'm not going. I want to come down. I mean, I had just 2 steps to go, but that was it. I want to come down. And I did come down. But, I have pictures to show that I did go. Not right to the top, but I went, further than I thought I was going to. And that's just it. That sense of childish joy, childish excitement, I think we all need to find it somewhere, somehow. The older I get, and I'm seeing with some of my older friends too, that the joy of life is just different. The things that we thought, or that I thought, let me say my name, will be, that'll bring me joy, that'll make me happy if I had this or if I had that. It's different now. It's in the things that I can do. It's the things that I'm able to accomplish despite everything else. And I feel really happy. I think I like myself now than maybe in my 20s. And the funny thing is, in my 20s, I had this, I don't care, I can do whatever it is I want to do, and I'm going to do whatever it is I want to do attitude. But now, don't let's go there. But now, I like myself more. The one thing on my bucket list that I have not done, that I say every year I'm going to do, is get back into shape. But if you've listened to me or you've known me for like 2 years, you will know this comes up almost every year. At one time, my daughter's going to come up. But this year, I'm going to do something about it. I'll talk about that at the end of this. So what is that thing that you want to do? Do you want to go back to school? Do you want to learn to dance? I want to learn to dance salsa. And I am going to do it. I want to learn to swim. I have started before, but then I closed my eyes. I didn't realize I had to open my eyes while I was in the water. And I went past my instructor, who left me to go past. And then when I opened my eyes, well, my instructor was beside me. I just didn't realize it at the time. I was at the deep end. And of course, I panicked. So I haven't been back. And considering body features right now, I really haven't been back for different reasons. But I'm going to, because my child loves to swim, and I want to do things together with my child. See, the older you get, there are certain things that you can just not do again. You just can't, or you can't do as you would have at a certain age. So you need to enjoy them now. You need to enjoy life. I want to skydive. It's as frightening as anything. I know I'm probably going to cry when it's time to jump. They might have to push me out of the plane, but I'm going to do it. Life is short. In my language, you say, we're just on a journey. This is not home. Here on earth is not home. We're just on a journey. So let's enjoy this journey. Let's stop and smell the roses. And if the roses is not really on the ground, but it's more like you smelling the fresh air in a hot air balloon, kilometers above the ground where you really feel your feet need to be, all well and good. Just try something new. And the thing with trying something new is your brain actually uses a different part, a part of your brain that you've not used before actually starts to be used. Does that make sense? So we don't use, we use just a very small percentage, maybe 1/10 of the gray matter that we have. And every time we learn something new, you start some other part of it working. You wake it up. And the thing with doing new things, it keeps you young. Of course, unless it's something morbid that you're doing, but it keeps you young. Your brain is working. You're thinking about something that you never had to do before. It's a bit like learning how to drive. You've got to learn to look in your mirror, to look in the side mirrors, to change your the pedals, and so all the thing comes into it. And that's the thing with learning something new. It should, whatever it's new you're doing, it should bring you joy. It should bring you joy. I read about a woman recently who, actually, she's not the only one. The lady that wrote 50 Shades of Grey also just wrote a book. Just wrote a book. And she just became, oh my word, she's got money rolling out of her ears if possible. But there's those who are not as famous when we say that, because maybe the books have not been made into movies. But there's a woman who wrote a novel, that's her name down there, and she was rejected. She sent it to publishing houses and she was rejected, and she was going to give up. Then her family, thank God for supportive families and friends. Oh my word, they are so necessary, so needed in your life. Anyway, they encouraged her to publish it by herself. Go online, come on, do it, self-publishing. And that's what she did. And she's published millions. And she's never, and of course, then, when you become successful and people are buying your book, the publishers that didn't want the book now came back. They want, but no, she's never gone the traditional route. All her books are online and she's making money. She probably would have given up. Oh, they said that I'm not good enough, and that's it. Not, sometimes, like, it's when I watch a movie and the critics have said, oh, this movie is I just want entertainment. I don't need to look into the nitty-gritty of this or that. Obviously, I don't want to watch C-grade movie or D-grade movie. Some B movies I'll take, but I just want to enjoy myself. So let it be that. Find enjoyment in something. Find enjoyment. Something that you think you're going to be laughed at maybe, but you are going to enjoy yourself. Do it. Do it. Okay? And see how you're going to feel afterwards. It's a beautiful thing to take care of you. It's a beautiful thing to accomplish something that you thought you were not going to be able to do. There are people who've, there's someone I read on LinkedIn who is starting as a doctor at age 40. 40. Huh? Never thought you'd be able to make it. There are people who have given up on them, but they never give up on themselves. They knew what they wanted, and it doesn't matter. So if you're a 40-year-old, can you imagine you're a 40-year-old? It's like the rookie, the new rookie. Is it the rookie? He's an old man, and everybody else on every recruit are young. But this guy, real life guy, is a doctor, just starting his internship at 40. It didn't matter. He's finally doing what he wants to do. Let that be us as well. When your kids also see you. For me, the best compliment I've got concerning this book is my child saying to me, I am so proud of you, mommy. That just makes, of course I would like to make money from the book, that just made it worthwhile. That just made it worthwhile. That's all you need. Be proud of yourself. Love yourself. Okay? So before I stop now, for the next few weeks and maybe even months, maybe I'll do it once a month, we're going to be looking after ourselves. Women, get ready. We're going to be looking out after ourselves. I'm going to be chatting with Dr. Shei. She's based in America. She is, I don't want to say she's a therapist because she's way more than that. And she's going to talk to us about our growing bodies, not our aging bodies, but our bodies are growing as we are growing, and the things that we need to do. And she's not going to just look at our bones and our muscles. And I need someone to look at my bones and muscles and tell me what I need to do with them. Okay, so she's not going to just do that. She's going to talk to us and take us through even what will benefit our soul, what will benefit our spirit. We're not going into theology, but just when you do certain things, like things you eat, like what you do with your body at night, what you do with your body during the day. So we're going to take it step by step, and we actually are going to have a class. Time different. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we're going to have a class while she will take us through. So I will send the invitation out here for those who might want to come. We're going to have not more. I don't think more than 10 women. We're not going to be sweating. We're not going to be sweating, but she's going to take us through a class live. And you can join at home if you're not able to join us wherever it is we're going to do this swimming. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So I think maybe I chased away the cobwebs of the past few recordings. I hope I did. I hope you start something for yourself. And please put it in the comment if you started something, or you're about to start something, or this has made you sit up to say, I need to write this out. You're not going to be here forever. Doesn't matter whether you want to be. You're not going to be here forever. So take charge of yourself, take charge of your life. And if you forgot, subscribe. Please subscribe. And also go to my podcast. There's some things that I don't have here that are on my podcast. Yes, it's also called Coffee with Temmi. It's on Apple Podcasts, Google, Spotify, Amazon, TuneIn. Have I missed any major one that you want me to be on? Let me know and I will get to it. So until next time, bye for now.